Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm super excited because we're going to be doing a little spring makeup transformation. It's officially spring when you guys are watching this video. For some reason I thought it was like the 21st, 22nd, but nope, it's today when you're watching this, the 19th. So get excited because that means more dewy, fresh makeup looks, which are my favorite kinds of looks to do. Honestly, it's just another excuse for me to do like neutral makeup, but today we're actually going to do a little pop of color, glossy lips, glowy skin, you already know. And I want to thank Haley's Beauty for sponsoring today's video. If you guys have been with me for a while, you know how much I love this brand. I mean, I've loved them since like last summer. Their products are amazing. The people behind the scenes are amazing. They're some of the kindest, sweetest people I have ever worked with, and that just makes me love the brand even more. They are smaller, so definitely go show them some love because they truly deserve it. Their complexion products are such high quality. I feel like they have luxury quality for a really great price. And fun fact, the founder of Haley's is actually a female chemist. We love a girl boss, and all their products are vegan, cruelty-free, fragrance-free, and they each have a skincare benefit in them, which we're going to chat about in today's video. And I almost forgot to mention the friends and family sale going on right now, 25% off site-wide on haleysbeauty.com, no code needed. So if you were looking into shopping, now is the perfect time to do it. So yeah, thank you to them for working with me. It's always an honor to work with brands that I already love and use constantly. So yeah, that is what we're going to be doing today. I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to grab a snack, of course, and let's get started and start transforming this face. So I already did my brows and everything off camera just because you guys have been seeing them in all of my makeup tutorials. If you're interested, I'll leave the products that I use down below. It's pretty much like the same routine as always. And I also did just prime my lids, and I used my e.l.f. eyelid primer. This one's just in the shade Sheer. This is so good. I think this is like $2 or $3, and it's actually a really great eyeshadow primer. So I just used a little bit of this. Today's look is so simple, but I still wanted to prime just to, of course, prolong our eyeshadow. I'm using the Profusion Festival palette. This is like one of my favorite palettes, and it's one of the best, I think, for spring and summer because you have neutrals and a ton of color in here, which is great for pops of color. So I'm gonna start off with this shade right up here, which is just like a soft kind of peachy brown, and I'm just gonna put that right in the crease. I'm sorry if my eyes are like a little distracting. They have been very dry in my past couple videos. Daylight savings has me like all messed up with my sleeping schedule, so whenever I don't get enough sleep, my eyes burn and they just feel a little bit more irritated. So that's why they've been a little red. I mean, I'm using eye drops and everything, but they've just been really dry the past like 2 weeks or so. So I apologize if it's distracting. I did get LASIK eye surgery, and that is one of the symptoms of getting the procedure. And my eyes were already super dry beforehand, but that is why they've been a little red. So I'm sorry. I know that it doesn't look the greatest with makeup and everything, but you know, the show must go on. So I'm just gonna really buff that shade in the crease. It's very soft, but that's like exactly the kind of vibe that I'm going for today. I'm gonna do a little bit of this like peachy, pinky, sorry about the glare on my light. It's like a peachy, like corally shade. I'm gonna take that with that same brush. This one's from Alamar Cosmetics. I use like a lot of my same brushes in every video just because they're that good, but I'm gonna just kind of run that a little bit lower in the crease and also on my lid, just a little bit. It's such a pretty shade. Oh, I love it. I don't know how Profusion's shadows are so affordable, but they are so creamy and pigmented, and they have so many different palettes. Like, it's amazing. So definitely a great brand at the drugstore for eyeshadows, and they do sell them online as well, so check them out. Honestly, that is it. I just really wanted like a peachy, soft crease, and this is perfect. So the colors are just perfection. Definitely check out this palette. This is one of my favorites from them because it's just, it has a good variety of everything. So now for the fun part, I'm gonna do some winged liner today. My favorite at the moment is from NYX. It's their Epic Ink Liner in the shade Black. It's funny because when I first used this, I was using some really bad eyeshadows and it was a mess. And I thought this eyeliner wasn't that great because it wasn't showing up super black, but then I used it again and it's so black. It's so amazing, and I mean, look at that. It's really great for winged liner too. It just makes it super easy to do like a really nice cat eye. I've been getting better at it, so I haven't been using my e.l.f. eye tapes that much because this makes it that easy. I mean, let me just show you. Watch, today's gonna be the day that I mess up, but it's so good. Look at how easy that was. I love it. It's so easy to work with. I mean, it's incredible. Whew, so good. So pointy too, like. I'm gonna do a quick coat of mascara. Of course, I'm gonna do falsies today. So I'm using the Milk Makeup Kush mascara, which looks like this. If you guys watched my Milk One Brand tutorial, I talked about it there, but this is actually really good. It's such a nice, like, separating, lengthening mascara. So I'm gonna just do one coat for my top lashes, and then we'll use this later on as well for the lower lashes. For falsies today, I'm gonna use the Colourpop Faux Mink lashes in the style Mommy, one of my favorite lashes. So I don't know, their packaging is a little weird because it's like upside down, but this is what they look like. They're so pretty, they're so fluffy, and I love them with winged liner specifically. I just feel like they really open up your eyes. I did use these already, so they might have a little glitter left over from the last time I was wearing them, but I mean, I love them, so good. So I'm gonna pop these on. I'm gonna use my favorite lash glue. I always get questions about the one that I use. I know I don't show it in all of my videos, so I apologize. I just feel like I always assume that everybody just watches every single video, but I know not everybody does. But this is the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive, and I don't even know why I'm reading it because I've been using this for literally 5 years, and it's the best lash glue on the market ever. Like, it's so cheap and it's so good. And I hate using the word cheap because it makes it seem like the product is not good, but it's only $3, so it's cheap, but it's amazing. And the glue will dry. I know it looks kind of weird when you first put on the lashes, but it will dry clear, and if not, if there's like any little tiny bit peeking through, you could just go over it with glue. Okay, now my favorite part, you guys know, skin. I love transforming the face. I could definitely do without eyes, but skin is like my number one. So I'm gonna use what's left of this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I love this. There's so many good primer waters nowadays. I'm honestly just trying to use up what I have. So I've been like really trying to alternate my products this year, and like even last year that was like my goal because there's so many good products and I feel like sometimes we just forget about them. So I'm like trying to like rotate them all out. So refreshing. And I feel like in the spring and summer when it starts to get warmer out, primer water is just always a must. It really prevents your makeup from settling into fine lines, looking cakey, feeling heavy on the skin. It's a must. Now for primer, I'm gonna go in with the Haley's Refine Prime Foundation Primer. I talked about this in my current favorites that I did last month, and this has been one of my favorite pore filling primers. This is actually a dupe for the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is like honestly the same exact thing, if not even more smoothing. It is so amazing. It makes your face look so soft and seamless. Your products go on really nicely. So this is what the packaging looks like. This does have vitamin C in it, and I'm gonna leave more of the skincare benefits as I go for each product on the screen so you guys can see. So it's not just gonna make your skin look amazing, but also it's really good for your skin as well because of those skincare benefits. So let me just put this on right on my T-zone. So good. And you don't need a lot. I mean, I always use more than what you need, but you really, realistically, you don't need to use a ton of product to get the full result of the primer. Now for foundation, I'm gonna go in with the Haley's Reform Liquid Luxe Luminous Foundation. I'm actually gonna mix two shades. I'm gonna do a little bit of 2.5 and 3.25. I love their original matte foundation. It's so good, and I actually like it mixed with this one as well. This just really gives you that really light, airy feel to the skin, and it gives you a light luminosity. There's no glitter or shimmer in the foundation. It's just gonna give you like kind of like that glow from within. It's really pretty, very comfortable, and this foundation actually has a rice bran extract in it, so it's going to soothe, nourish, and smooth out your skin. It's an oil-free formula, so I feel like even if you have combo skin like myself, you can get away with using it just because it's not going to give you like a greasy, oily look. It's just going to be very light and luminous and pretty on the skin. And to blend this out, I am using their complexion sponge, which I love. This is an exact dupe for the original Beauty Blender, and honestly, this one's a little bit bouncier than that one. I don't even use the Beauty Blender anymore because I feel like there's so many great dupes, but this is one of my favorites. It is so squishy and soft, and it doesn't absorb any of your product. It just blends everything out super seamlessly. The coverage is like more of a natural medium coverage, so I'm gonna build it up a little bit because I do have a little scarring, but it is so nice on the skin when you do build it up. It doesn't get cakey. It's really, really pretty. A little bit goes a long way. Like I did the tiniest pump, and you can distribute so much product on your face with just a little bit. So you don't have to use a lot to cover up your entire face. I probably even used more than what you need. See that natural luminosity? Like, it's not too much. It's not like gonna make your skin look wet and greasy like you just ran 5 miles. It's just gonna look very pretty, like that J-Lo natural glow. Now for concealer, I'm gonna go in with the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. This has been my go-to. This one's in the shade Natural, and I really like it because it does give me sort of like a natural bright under eye look. I'm not into like a super light look, so this is like perfect. I do about that much, and then I will apply it on my T-zone for a little bit of brightness. It's so good. It's like a soft matte finish a little bit. It's not too matte though, so I think it's great for every day. It's beautiful. So I just blend it out with a sponge, and then I'll be a little bit more precise with the concealer right in the inner corners with a brush. A little bit more in the inner corners because my sleep schedule, you guys, it's crazy because daylight savings is only like 1 hour difference. Like, it's not like a 5-hour difference, but it's really messed me up. So in the spring and summertime, I love doing a little bit of cream bronzing, and I've been really into this lately. I've been trying out so many really great ones, and I love their stick foundation for doing this as well because it's super creamy and it's lightweight on the skin. It's not heavy and it blends out really easily. So I'm gonna use the Replay foundation stick. So I have 2 contour sets right here. I have the shade 6.50 and 7.25. I like mixing the two just to give me like the perfect kind of natural bronzy look. I don't do anything too crazy whenever I do cream contouring or cream bronzing. One shade is lighter for highlighting and the other shade is darker for contouring. So I'm going to use 2 today. And I think the reason I didn't really like contouring so much like this for a while was because I was being too heavy-handed. So I would take the foundation stick and I would just draw all over my face, and I feel like that's just a little too harsh and it makes it a little bit more difficult to blend. So what I like to do is just take my 2 shades and I'll use a brush, like a little duo fiber brush. This one's from LA Girl, and I'll just dip my brush directly into the sticks just like this. And you only need a little bit. Like, you don't need to be heavy-handed with these products, especially these. They're so creamy and pigmented. I feel like most stick foundations, some of them can be a little too thick, but this is a really great formula. So I'm gonna take those 2 shades and I'm gonna kind of just stipple the product right into the skin. It just melts right in. And like I said, doing it this way, it gives you, I don't want to say really that I'm contouring, I'm more so like bronzing my skin. It's like a really nice way to give yourself a like sun-kissed look without being too harsh. Specifically, actually, this brush is the LA Girl 104. This is actually a really good dupe for the Sigma F15 brush. I mean, they're like identical, so this one's great. See, so you stipple the product in, and then you can always blend it out with your sponge as well. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I love it. So the Liquid Luxe foundations originally are $26, but then they reduced them to $20, and now with the Friends and Family sale, they're actually down to $15, which is such a steal. And then of course, their Replay foundation sticks are a part of the sale as well. So check it out. If you want to be glowy and pretty, go get these. And of course, links will be below. Now we're gonna go ahead and set everything because we got to set our creams to make sure everything lasts all day. So I am gonna use, like my Haley's Retouch Perfecting Loose Powder. This to me is just like the best powder that was created in the makeup world. It is just so good. I always go back to it every time I test out a new one. Like, it's good, but I always compare it to this, so it's never like better. It's so good. I mean, it is so blurring, airbrush smoothing, Instagram filter in a container is what I call this. I honestly feel like it's probably the skincare benefits in here that just makes your skin look so smooth. I don't know what it is, but it's amazing. So this actually has soybean oil in it, so it's a hydrating, mattifying powder. Like, it's weird because like it really does mattify your skin, but it feels really comfortable. So I'm gonna take this and I'm actually gonna set with a brush today just because I really wanna concentrate the product on my under eye area. I usually use a sponge, but I've been really actually liking setting my under eyes with a brush. I feel like it gives you like a really soft look, and that's kind of what we're going for today with the skin, like soft, pretty airbrush. I just love everything about this powder. Every time I use it, I'm like, yes, so good. I'm gonna set my bronzer really quick, and I'm gonna use the Fenty Sunstalker Instant Warmth Bronzer in the shade Shady Biz. I love this bronzer because it is so light and natural. It gives you like the perfect bronzy look, and it's completely matte, so it's great for contouring. But I just love this color. It's a little bit warm. I love warm bronzer, so it's, I think, perfect, especially with the cream bronzing that we did, this is like a perfect match. So I'm pretty much gonna just set that entire area, the outer perimeter of my face. So good. I'm gonna set my brows really quick before I forget, because that's always a must. I'm gonna just use my ABH Dip Brow Gel. This one's just in the shade Dark Brown. I always like to do this after powder. A couple people were asking me like, why do you do it after powder? Just because my brows get powder on them. So I like to just make sure that they look dark and full and they don't look ashy from all the translucent powder that I use. I just thought I was recording and I wasn't, but I'm just adding some bronzer right on the sides of my nose. I'm using the same Fenty one just because I've been loving doing this, like always, but especially lately. I've been really trying to master nose contouring on my nose, so I just do like a little bit of bronzer on the sides. It's not perfect. I'm gonna use my Jouer Adore Blush Duo. I wanna keep the blush really, really light and soft today, and I feel like these colors are perfect for spring, so I'm gonna just mix the two. I know they look really light. I mean, that's because they are, but when you actually apply them, you do get a really pretty wash of color. And this brush, you see, it's actually like more pigmented than what you would think. This brush is from TJ Maxx, by the way. It's just like a stippling brush. I've had it for like 2-3 years. I almost forgot highlight. I'm gonna use the NYX High Gloss Finishing Powder in the shade Light. So they have like another version of this. It's a little bit more intense. I believe it's called their Illuminating Powder. But I like the finishing powder because it gives you like that soft sort of glow from within. Just gives you like the perfect natural glow. And I just do a little bit. Crazy, because like even a year ago I was doing like a lot of highlight, and now I'm like not really loving it. It's just like phases that we go through, honestly, and like trends. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with a really intense glow. I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just like not into it that much anymore, which is crazy, just because like I said, like just last year I was doing it, but now I just feel like a soft glow is just a little bit more flattering. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is just my lower lashes, lips, and then we'll be all done. I'm gonna do the lips first just because why not? I'm gonna use the LA Girl Perfect Precision Lip Liner. This one's in the shade Bare. Just switch it up again. I was using the NYX ones for like my past, I feel like 10 videos, so let's switch it up. Love this color. It's a little bit more like brown than I wanted, but I think with the gloss and everything it should work. So I'm going to use the Milk Makeup lip color in the shade Skillz. It's like a really pretty like pinky. I hope that this matches. I'm kind of just winging it. I love like a pinky nude, and I think it's going to look right with this. Yes. Okay. Oh yeah, that's cute. I like it. And then for gloss, I'm going to use the Dominque Cosmetics Lemonade Gloss. This one's in the shade Sweet Tea. It's like a really pretty, like orangey, peachy. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's really wearable though. I mean, like, come on. They smell so good. Oh my gosh. Thank you for nudes. All right, let's finish up the lower lashes. So jumping back into the Festival palette, of course, I'm gonna do a little pop of pink. So I'm gonna use this shade right here, and I'm basically going to just pack those on and smudge those out right on the lower lash line. And my favorite part about doing eyes is always adding a pop of color on the waterline. So I'm gonna use the Colourpop BFF Cream Gel Liners. I'm gonna take the shade Puppy and Insomnia. I use these all the time. These are my favorite, and they're perfect for spring and summer. If you wanna add just a little subtle pop of color, they're great. So I'm gonna start off with Insomnia, which is like a really hot pink. And then I'm gonna go in with the shade Puppy, and I feel like when you mix the two, it just creates this really like sick like coral shade. I don't know, it's gorgeous. You know me, I'm always mixing my products. And then I'm gonna do a little mascara, and I'm gonna go back with the Milk Kush mascara from earlier. The final thing I'm gonna do is set my makeup. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Dewy Setting Mist, which is one of my favorites in the spring and summertime because it really gives you that natural dew, but it makes your makeup last all day. I think Hailey's Beauty should come out with a really amazing universal setting spray. I think that's gonna be next for their brand. I'm gonna predict it, but for now we're gonna use the e.l.f. one. So I'm gonna just shake it up and spritz my face. This smells like coconuts too. It just smells like a vacation. A vacation in a bottle. So that is it for this spring makeup transformation. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love this look because we got a little subtle pop of color, but it's still very wearable, but it's fun and I'm obsessed with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out haleysbeauty.com. If you guys have been wanting to splurge, now is the time to do it. You literally cannot beat it. 25% off site-wide. Amazing. So check it out, treat yourself, and that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I love you all. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye.